being 7 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Born and unborn.
Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda this evening? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as it's written.
So moved.
Moved by Bill to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is public comment for agenda items. Or I noticed we have a couple of politicians here this evening. I think they'd want to make some comment, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy to wait to the end.
Well, whatever you want to do then. You can either, you're welcome to stay, but if it gets to be a long meeting or uninteresting, whatever you want to
I've
do.
sat through those.
Well,
Whatever you prefer, really.
yeah, it's fine if,
Whatever you wanna do, I'll do what you do.
I'll wait.
Okay. I will wait also.
okay,
Thank you.
you bet, thank you, Joe, you bet. So now the next item is approval of the minutes and the treasurer's report. First item would be approval of minutes, April 9th, 2026. Motion to approve. Will made a motion to approve the minutes, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Marcy. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously, and next would be the special meeting on May 5th minutes. Motion to approve. Moved by Bill to approve the minutes of May 5th, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ashley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is our treasurer's report.
It didn't change from the special meeting, actually.
No.
Same one.
Yeah, it's the same exact one, I just run it from the last month's,
Okay.
so. And if you look at the Excel sheet, that's where we stand as far as our general account, not our money market.
Entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
All moved.
Moved by Rob to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a second?
Second.
I think Barb seconded. Bill was pretty close. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. We don't have a building department monthly report for you. So. Move on to the first business item, which would be approval of the bills.
I just see our cleanup days is 9,400.
That was cheaper than last year.
They didn't charge us for like specific things like they said they were gonna, it was just by the dump.
They charge you extra for sofas and extra for tires and extra.
No. It was just
Did it go pretty smooth?
as far as I know. I
thought it
stopped
did.
the first day and asked and they said it did.
We looked out on the weather was quite nice. I guess, in talking to Scott Gardner, he said there was a little backup of traffic on Division. Okay. But, it was awful nice of Rex Baker to allow us to use his property. Right. Very nice of him. So. Any questions on any of the other bills?
Motion to approve the bills?
Moved by Barb to approve the bills, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bill, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Next item is employee policy. And you've got a letter that was addressed to Marcy from Dave Blotzbach, the risk control field representative. And I didn't see anything in that letter that about employee policy. He's got a number of recommendations that I think are good, we should definitely follow up on. But he didn't mention anything in his letter. I know we talked about that last month. We wondered if he'd recommend that. And then I did include another email. I asked him a little bit more about it, and he does recommend utilizing the township's access to HR Muni for additional human resource needs. And that's included. I got a little information in the packet about the HR Human Resources Risk Management Services for public entities. And this is from the Michigan Power Plan. And I also sent a recent email I got from the MTA, and it talks about why you need an updated employee handbook. So I think it's a decision of the board tonight whether you want to proceed with a employee handbook or policy. I just was happy with the principles of good governance that all of our board members signed. So, but whatever the board's pleasure, I think that's your decision tonight, whether you want to proceed with the employee policy handbook, so to speak, or not.
Dale, I agree with you. I think what we signed is enough as far as for our staff or board members that we all signed, so I wouldn't be for going through and creating a employee policy.
And I kind of have a different feeling on that. I'm not sure if the Michigan PAR is part of the township or part of the ML Township organization. MTA, yes. Is it part of it?
Yes,
It is part of it.
our
And
township is members, yeah.
right, is there a charge, or does anybody know?
Yeah, there's a charge for your member MT.
No, for the services that they provide.
So that I don't know.
Cause I'm looking at the letter, some of the recommendations, and it said comments and recommendations. And if you look under it, it says personnel, employee performance, discipline, termination, you should have that. Personnel strongly recommended to have a policy. You need to put carbon monoxide detectors in every room. It's recommended we take a look at our roof.
Yes.
Smoke detectors, develop and implement library properties, outline rules and regulations. You had a whole list of things to do.
You're talking about this Michigan Power Plan?
Yes,
Yeah, there are things in there that definitely need to be applied,
I agree.
100%.
and also what he also included with that, there was also about, they also included employee manuals. They included social media policies, website, social media, what was the other one? Discrimination in workplace harassment policies. You know, they're already written to some extent. I have a hard time not understanding why we would want to commit to doing some of them.
If we're gonna do one, I think we need to do it at a later date, and this hashing it out at every meeting, I think needs to be over with, and maybe have a committee or something.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I think the policy, if you're just copying and pasting, is just too much for the township. I think there needs to be a lot of edits within that, and I think we need to tailor it a little bit more to that. So to agree to exactly what the Michigan Power Plan wants to do, I don't think that's necessarily exactly what we need. So I think if we do something, it's gonna have to take some time. And I would recommend that it's not on our agenda for months and months and months back to that.
No, I would agree with that also.
Because I went from code of conduct to employee policy, so.
Because if I looked at the employee manual here, there is a lot of stuff in this that you just couldn't just copy and paste. You just have to eliminate unpaid leaves and absence,
that takes time.
insurance coverages.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that could be included.
Yes.
But a lot that doesn't pertain.
That's correct. You put like a lot of things that say NA are not available or left blank for a reason. You see a lot of contracts and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something that a group should work on, or you just send it off to your attorney and say, here, fix this. I don't wanna have an attorney do a lot of work either.
I think it's important to have the office staff work on that versus having an attorney do it, but are you thinking a committee, like a group of us, 3 of us?
Doesn't matter, 1, 2, or 3. I'd be glad to assist. I've mentioned that before.
What do you think, Rob?
Well, I see some stuff in here, a roof policy where the roof's more than 20 years every 5 years. I sometimes think part of this is already common sense. That maybe you don't have to necessarily have, but, I think we already have an agreement on the sports part, don't we?
Yes.
Lease agreement? And we already have hours of operation signage and things like that.
There was a lot of things he actually included in this, or at least a couple things he included in this that I told him we had, and he put it in here as a recommendation to get anyway, so.
But I think tonight our focus is just on the employee policy. I think all those other things are gonna be done, but I think we gotta decide whether it's necessary to have an employee policy. We got a small township, not too many employees, yeah. I think we're okay myself, but that's just me. What do you think?
A handbook, yes. I think what we've got works fine, as far as, like you said, the elected officials sign it, that's good enough. An employee handbook would be nice to have, and I think it is something that we could work on, but it doesn't have to be on the agenda every month. I think it's something that a couple of us could work on, and then come back to the board and say, here, this is what we came up with, and be done.
Cause I guess I'm confused, because this right here does not talk about, the insurance company's audit does not have anything about the policy on here, so I guess with this being connected to the request for the employee policy, we're confusing the two, because it wasn't a recommendation on this email.
And
So when are we
he's saying
discussing
that-
this one?
In his other letter though, he's just saying that, if the board
your
decided-
email.
Yeah, they just say if the board wanted to, that this
Okay.
HR Mooney or whatever this would be good.
So when are we addressing this stuff?
I would
Is this
say,
not important?
I would say internally, those things are gonna be done.
Oh,
Okay.
alright, I guess. Just do what you can in the position you have, or, that don't make sense to me, I'm sorry.
Well, I think they're like getting smoke detectors and all those things, we could just go ahead and do,
I did contact
Carbon
Dan at the
monoxide.
fire department, he
Yeah.
said they don't have any in available right now to give us, so.
You can get them from Dan at the fire department.
He doesn't have any right now.
But he's got them on order. If you tell him that you wanna be on the list, he'll get them to you.
He does, but he waits for a grant to somebody to give him
Oh,
to.
okay.
We don't take him out of our budget per se to
Oh,
buy.
okay. Cause he did get some for the historical commission.
I think I'd like to make a motion to just defer this handbook at a later date.
The handbook, but drop the employee policy.
Yeah, just drop that for now.
Okay.
I'll second that, Marcy.
It's been moved by Marcy to, I think, drop the employee policy. But what was it about the handbook and
We'll just
looking at for the future?
look at it later.
Later, okay. And that's been seconded by, Barb, was it?
Ashley.
Ashley. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay.
Nay.
That passed 5-1. Next item is fence quotes at Fairplay Cemetery. And I got a couple quotes.
Were those in our packet?
No,
Oh, okay, I thought I was missing something.
that's kinda to honor the, all quotes are supposed to be a little bit more open to that the night of the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Side, that's generally acceptable.
So why is the roofing quote in here?
Roofing, we're not talking about this point.
Oh, I just seen a quote in the packet, so I was
Yeah.
confused.
I'll explain all that when I get to that.
Okay.
That's one quote. And I got this quote too. Three. Okay, so we got a fence quote from Cedar Springs Fence at $3,925. They're both doing the same thing. And we got a quote from Kyle Fitzpatrick, Fitz Fence and Backyard for $7,300. So it seems like,
They're not really the same, because one includes stuff and the other one doesn't. So you have to request, owner supplies the dirt to fill holes and the concrete area for concrete.
I think those are very minor items.
Yeah, that is pretty, there might be dirt there quick, we can fill that up easy.
There might be a cost for Chuck, right?
Right.
He's got a pile of dirt there already.
Right. It's quite a big difference. It's too much to ignore, so, I don't know, I guess I would make a motion, we go with Cedar Springs Fence.
Been moved by Rob that we accept the Cedar Springs fence quote of $3,925. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Marcy. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Maybe we'll do a roll call, because I didn't
Yeah,
really.
she didn't hear you. No, you don't have to,
Okay.
no, you don't have to recuse yourself,
Okay.
there's no financial
Okay,
benefit to you.
aye.
We'll do a roll call vote. If you're in favor of the motion, please say yes. If you're not, please say no. Marcy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Passed unanimously. The next item is election workers' wages. I think I'll hand it over to Marcy for that.
Well, I just know with minimum wage going up, I was looking at their wages and thought they should get a little bump, and then I had I think the Walker deputy clerk did some looking into what they make, and most of them make between $15 and $20 an hour. So I just thought if we bumped them up to $16 an hour, and then the lunch and dinner relief at $80 a day instead of $75.
What is that?
So, at lunch, each of the workers get an hour off for at lunch and dinner, and then I have people come in to replace them. A lot of people will either provide food for them, or we just, pay them for the day and allow them to go get food or whatever.
Oh, so this is basically you're paying somebody come in to fill in for the lunch hours?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's a long day to have 17
No,
days of
I understand.
getting and
I
stuff,
just
so that's how we do it.
Didn't understand what it was for.
So they're basically, their lunch and dinner relief are basically their 4 hours, but they gotta make 2 trips into the bush, and so I give them a little bit more for the inconvenience of having to travel in twice.
I'll make a motion to accept the increase.
Second.
It's been moved by Rob to accept the election workers' wage increase. And it was seconded by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. The next item is historical commissioners' reappointments. We've always addressed this as basically, they were life appointments until they decided not to do it anymore. But I know that Marcy's been looking at our ordinance and says all members shall be appointed by a majority vote of the township board to a 3-year term. And then Jody did some research on it. And did you get a chance to get a hold of Doug on that?
Yes. To our best of our knowledge, that's accurate.
Okay. So, I think everybody's term that's expired wants to do it, so. I'm not sure whose terms are.
So all the ones that are highlighted are the ones that need to.
Do we have to do them individually? Or can we do a motion to appoint all of them?
I
We
think
can make it a motion for all of them unless if somebody has a problem with one, they can not.
Barb, yours doesn't have to be renewed, does it?
Well, I just went on, and it's got me on as March of 25, it should be March of 26. So my term would be up in 29.
Well, that's what I would think, and then even Keith Anderson's term is not up till 28. Dale, when did you go on?
But sometimes they're in the
Not too
middle of
long.
a term, they're filling up a term that somebody else vacated, so they're not always 3 years
Yeah,
from
because
the
we
time
took
to
over
start.
somebody's seat.
Right,
So then you would just carry that one on.
Yeah, and I don't know whose seat it was that I actually took, so. Whether it was Joanne's, or if we decided whose it was.
I'll make a motion to appoint Doug Pickney and Jamie Brooks and Bob Cummings and Dale Bergman and Roxanne Claxton and Barb Johnson to the terms that Jody had figured out according to their minutes.
Okay.
So Barb's will stay at 28? Or is Barb's going till 29?
That's 3 years.
28.
28 is 3 years.
Okay,
Okay,
And that's
so yours, okay, so
Got
Barb's
it.
will be as written
right.
to the 25, okay. I'll second that motion.
Can I just look at I don't have a highlight.
Oh.
Been moved by Marcy to reappoint Doug Pinkney, Jamie Brooks, Bob Cummings, Dale Bergman, Roxanne Claxton, and Barb Johnson to the Historical Commission, and it's been seconded by Ashley. Is there any further discussion?
What about Toonstra and Anderson?
Toonstra's isn't done till 27 and Anderson isn't done till 27, so they don't need to be reappointed right now. They're good.
We've got
For
one
next year.
open, which is Joanne's.
Do you guys have anybody that?
Not yet.
I understand your concept, but we just appointed Barb at 26 and now we're doing it again.
No, I'm at 20, I just took over somebody's. I took over somebody's seat
So you're appointed.
from
Okay,
last year, so that's why they're saying
so
mine would expire,
last year then, before you
last
were,
year expired,
before you were appointed?
yeah.
That makes a lot of clarity there.
Sure is mine.
Appointments didn't take place last year like they were supposed to, so you're doing 2 years of appointments.
No, I understand that, but
Appointments didn't
we just
yeah.
appointed Barb. What do we say, we're appointing Barb for just cause, for a week, a year, month?
I went back through all the
None?
minutes, did my best, and I don't know who she exactly replaced, but I figured out who others replaced, so I just did a guessing game for the ones I wasn't. If you'd like to read through the historical minutes
No,
and figure that out,
no,
I would
I'm
think that'd be fun for you.
well, I'm thinking of just our own minutes with Barb Johnson, we appointed her
Yeah.
to something.
And it was, but this just confirms that I'll be on until 28.
Okay.
Any
Who
fur-
keeps records of all this though? Like who's?
Well, they're on our phone list, so we keep updating it. So the phone list is supposed to tell us when the terms end, so we know when to reappoint them. But this got put off for 3 years, so.
Rachel used to do
Yeah,
it.
Rachel used to be our,
Oh,
keeper
Rachel
of
used to
the, our keeper of the terms, so.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Now, the roof patch of pool. Now, see the roof, at least a year ago, I think, but, the roof needed repairs to it, there's no doubt about it. Now, the last time we had it done, Gary Moody did that project. And it was just a covered roof. They took off this rubber membrane, so to speak, which is on this insulation. And he took that off and then reapplied this membrane, okay? But now, over the years, there's been 15 years basically, there's more involved now to do a new roof. There's insulation is under this rubber roof. And of course, me not knowing a lot about it, and I just went out just to get a general idea of what it costs. And I didn't properly notice it because I thought they would be all under $20,000, basing it on the roof that we had done before for 15. And if you have a project that's over $20,000, I've got a regular form that I use. I got a copy tonight if anybody wants to see that. But it's very specific to the type of roofing you're using and type of project you're doing. So everybody is bidding on the same project. I know recently we had a little problem, and this is why we got a policy with one of our bidders for our new fire station expansion, because he didn't think that the bid was done properly, and then it's done by an architect who knows a lot more than I do. But anyways, that's why we have this policy. And so, but with our added costs that we've had this year, because our drain is basically $600,000, which is a big hit, and it'd be nice if you guys could change the drain code, but it's not, it kind of sneaks up on you. I think they don't really have it right up in front what it costs until all their quotes are done. But anyways, so that was very costly, and then we got our elevator that we just voted to put up anything that's over $100,000 on. So to me, and we didn't put any money in our budget for roads, that's another little thing. But I thought maybe it would be good to have somebody give us a quote and look at it again for kind of a intermediate thing that you could do that would maybe last a couple of years and push that down the road a little bit. And so I contacted Irish Roofing, and I did give you a quote here, and you have that quote in front of you for $4,100, and that's an area around the HVAC unit. And I thought it'd be, if you don't want to do that, and I can give you the copy also of my request for proposals for bids if you really want to bid the roof out properly. So.
Did he have any comments when he climbed up and looked at it?
Yeah, some of his comments were, a lot was that roof would be maintenance. He said, really, you gotta, clean it off. You'd go a long ways just cleaning the thing off for a couple of years, and we've been kind of lax about that. But I did ask him if there'd be some duplication in his work, Say for the last couple of years, you would really have to kind of redo that area. So, I mean, it'd be nice if you could, make your roof up to that area, but he suggested you'd have to redo it, so. But I don't know.
It's a temporary fix.
Definitely.
That will last another.
Couple years.
Well, considering what's going on in the world and the price of oil and everything, it's only gonna get more expensive. And we did budget $50,000 for our roof. I would say we get the quotes to redo the whole roof and be done. Cause it's only gonna get more expensive.
I agree.
That grant I applied for too, we agreed to pay anything over the 100,000, but when I called them on Wednesday, when I talked to them on Wednesday, and the grants were due on Friday, they had only had 2 applicants, and they usually award multiple, a couple really big applicants, and then some 100,000 and smaller, several. So it's possible, if they don't have a lot of applicants, that we might not have to pay anything for the elevator, I guess. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't know if we could add anything to our grant if they didn't have people apply for it, because we kind of applied for the minimal, a more minimum amount. I don't know if that's a possibility, if they would consider this part of that grant or not. I mean, it is to serve the public, and we are considered low income in this area, so.
I'd like to see the quotes, what it would cost to have the whole roof done.
You table this till we get full quotes.
Well, it's up to the board, that's why I wanted to.
I'll make a motion to table it with all the quotes.
Well, then, but you see, I think you'll wanna make it a motion that you wanna do the whole roof.
That's what I mean, I guess. What do you think, Bill? I mean,
I'd be tempted to do the patch for 2 to 3 years. That's my opinion right now. Consider, I don't know if it leaks now. I don't think it does.
I don't
It
see
just
any
says it's
leakage.
bad. I hate to use the word bad. It's in need of repair. So if you repair it or fix the area that's in somewhat disarray, maybe a possibility of leaking, even though it doesn't. It could last another year, 2 years, 3, I don't know. I have this feeling the oil prices are going way down one of these days, so.
That's true too, good point.
yeah, that's why I asked about comments. If he had climbed up, if he had said,
I'm sure he did.
you could get
Yeah,
by
he
with
went up
this.
there, yeah.
You could get by with this, or
Yep.
it'd be his advice to, the insulation saturated underneath and you should replace it all, but.
Now you said.
How old is the roof?
It's 15, well, last time we did anything with just the membrane is 15 years.
Yeah. And we need like yearly maintenance on it too, cause it's a flat roof. Which needs attention.
What's your motion?
Well, patch and get away for 5 years, I'd more inclined, but at the same token, it's older than 15, isn't it? Because didn't, or did he do it all?
Well, he did it 15 years ago. That was just the membrane over it.
Yeah,
Now we get to the point where you're getting kind of a wet insulation underneath there, and it's a pretty good sized job, I mean.
yeah, I know. We're doing when Michigan Apple's doing their flat roof right now for the 3rd time,
Mhm.
so, but we've had some storm issues that ripped it up.
Yeah, they're interesting roofs.
And we budgeted 50,000, correct?
And yours quotes that
Well, we didn't budget for
Smaller.
elevator,
No,
No, I understand that,
so you got one or the other, you want
I
both?
know,
and you
but
didn't
we filed for a
budget.
grant, and there's a very good chance that could get covered, so.
And, we didn't.
And I'm
budget.
looking at what we've got in there now, considering what we had before, so.
Can you present patch repair jobs and like a full roof so we can compare them with
Yeah.
multiple businesses? All at the same time? Or is that not how it's done?
I think the board's gotta decide whether they wanna do a patch or go for a full roof, really. Because it gets really kinda dicey when you draw up these specs, which if you decide to go to a full roof, I'll pass out the spec sheet.
I guess I'd like to know what it costs to do a full roof versus, we know what the cost of a patch is. I'd just like to know what the cost is. I don't know if we have to make a decision, right? I mean, we could make a decision by next meeting, correct?
Well, see, based on my other things I sent out for about 3 roofers, it's gonna be, well, one guy was 47, the other's like 35-ish, 40. I mean, you're gonna, and now, it's probably a year later, it'll be 50 grand, I bet.
Right, so 2
Especially-
years is gonna be more.
Especially with these specs, these
Yeah, okay.
are really good specs. So I'm telling you right now, it'll be 50, 1,000 compared to a patch for 4,100, that'll get you 2 years, so.
And it's only gonna be more.
But
Marcy, what do you think?
totally up to you.
I mean, I'd like to see, we're guessing at what the cost of the roof would be.
Was that, cause we didn't really go over all those quotes, did we, in the fall?
But no, we did not.
No, because I felt we didn't think it could be over $20,000, that's why it wasn't a formal bid, which this is gonna be a formal quote, formal bid.
So can we make a motion to do a formal bid on a full roof job?
Then we can decide if we can afford, what if it comes back to 78 or 80,000 and we can't afford it, right? And we could just say,
Yeah.
you know,
'Cause
we don't
only
know.
got- Yeah, I don't know how.
It's
we
hard to make a
motion that.
decision when you don't have all
Correct.
the numbers to compare. So that's how I feel, is that we should wait and get more prices.
So back to your motion.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to get the bids.
Okay, then I'll pass out this thing, okay. It's
Second.
been moved by Rob that we, put up our, roof for bids. And, maybe I'll pass this around and you can say, based on this spec.
Yeah, if it comes in too high, we can always go back to a patch, so. I'll second Rob's motion.
So did you wanna just amend your motion, Rob, to say you wanna put the roof out for quotes and based on the spec sheet that's handed around?
Yeah, I'll amend that motion based on the spec sheet.
It's been moved by Rob to put our new roof out for quotes, based on the proposed, spec sheet. Is there a second? Second by Bob. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I'm confused. We're following this right here.
That's right.
This says 2024, March
Well,
12th.
I can change the date, yeah.
Well, then we can't approve this the way it is until we change it.
Well, you can just say with
So
proper.
sealed
Dates
bids
change.
You
go
can
to
just say
the court.
conditioned upon the correct date, cause I had this, I thought we were gonna do it, that's why I had this idea.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And you can condition that, Rob,
Yeah.
by the correct date.
With the dates changed on the sheet.
Yep. Any other further discussion? All those in favor, if you're favor of the motion and second, please say yes. If you're not, please say no. Marcy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yeah.
Ashley?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Rob? Yes. Myself, yes. Passed unanimously. Okay, next item is lease agreement with Sparta Historical Friends. And we've got a copy of the lease agreement. When we talked about this at one of our prior board meetings, we didn't have a lease agreement in front of us. And so now we do. And at that meeting, it was written in the minutes. Historical General Museum Rental, Sparta Township Historical Commission Chairman Pinckney, present with Roxy Claxton, explained the rental arrangement of the military museum that was $100 per month, and the new museum $300 per month. Well, there was no vote on that, that was just discussion. So now comes the time to okay that, and that's what it says as far as costs in here. I did read through it, I thought it looked fine.
I have several questions for the historical commission, I guess, who would have to answer these.
Yeah, I was hoping Doug would be here.
Obviously, it's $400 a month.
Mhm.
And the states also, if the tenant's holding an event, obviously the historical commission can't do anything. And that, at that same time frame, right?
Yeah, like if they're renting a hall out.
And it's a 1-year period and they can terminate it after 1 year, either party.
I see.
I mean, that's a pretty short time frame.
It is.
I mean, whoever owns the building say, no, you're done, out of here.
Mhm.
You got 90 days to move.
True.
I think they have future plans on like the next, who takes ownership and all that, correct?
I didn't see that in here.
Forecast is revision, I believe.
It's not in here.
I don't think I've seen that.
This is
Well, you
just
don't put
between, this
envisions in contracts.
is just between the historical commission friends and the township.
Yes.
Friends in the town.
So the year makes sense. I know you have concern about them being kicked out or something, correct? Is that what you just said?
Well, that's just one thing, it was just a period. I mean, somebody could say that the owner of the building could say, well, you know, you got 90 days and you're out of here.
It did bother me a little bit too, that you can't hold any of their events, so it's just a museum, so if the
Right.
museums, can they not have the museum open on a night that there's an event? Cause you think
That's
like,
what, the way I read it.
you know, a lot of the events are gonna take place on Saturday during other things, and that's when you're gonna want your museum open.
And I thought that
I
that's what
don't
they
think
wanted.
I think it's being interpreted wrong, because I don't think they're referring to the museum portion.
The
That's all we're renting though, is the museum.
We're renting yes, but I think because the museum portion is open while you know what I'm saying? There is a door that connects the rental part. And I think that door would have to be locked so that they don't have access into the museum, you know what I'm saying?
I thought they were closing that off.
I don't know.
No, that's not what I'm talking, not that door. There is a door that goes right by that storage door.
Yeah.
That would have to be locked. So it's like if they are having, the chances, the museum isn't open at night anyway. The museum is usually closed at night,
Right,
okay?
I get
When
that,
they rent the portion of the Civic out, that's usually nighttime.
usually it's not written in a contract.
Well, I understand what you're saying.
It says pretty specifically,
I
the
just
tenant
don't,
shall avoid holding any events open to the public,
I don't
general
know,
public.
I don't know if an
At least
event is
premise.
just having your museum open for business. Is
Well,
that an event?
then it needs to go back to,
Just the question I have.
yeah,
And the 1 year period and 90 days to get out, I understand the billing process of it. The tenant's responsibility, do they have liability insurance?
who?
Historical Commission?
The township does.
The township's taking,
No, the historical friends do also.
Oh, yes, they do too.
You got $1 million is they're listed in here. I don't know. Liability insurance.
so in other words, our liability policy would have to cover this.
Yes.
And I'm sure we haven't,
When that guy was here doing the audit,
yep,
we told him about this and he went and looked at it.
okay. Those are the biggest things I had highlighted.
That was. a
I'm going to
question I had
see Larry
about this.
tomorrow. I can always talk to him and we can table this.
Just see if you can clarify
Yeah.
that a little better,
Yeah.
cause I just don't think that that's, I mean, it seemed like you'd be open on weekends the same time they're gonna have all their events too.
So just clarifying area 1 and area 2 more with the renting piece of it.
Right.
Cause
And
area
then you can have
1
open
is
hours.
the veterans, isn't it?
Yep, area 1's the veterans,
Area 2 is the back museum.
Yes.
Let me talk
It
to
just
Larry
doesn't seem like
tomorrow,
you'd
so
ever be
let's
able
just
to be
table
open.
it and I will talk to Larry tomorrow.
And obviously they're good with the rental price?
Yeah.
So is it the consensus of the board that we'll table this issue until our June meeting?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And the ordinance consistent with it? Is that changed or just included?
What is that?
That has in reference to the membership in the historical
This
commission.
was
that's
the,
what-
yeah,
that's
this
for the
was the
membership?
3-year thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is Township Facebook page. I'm not on Facebook, so I'm not the guy to talk to.
Well, we just wanted a way, I mean, Bill has some information he'd like to get out, I know Rob's got information he'd like to get out, we'd kinda like to do a did you know page or something on Facebook and start sending out some true facts to, the township. We just thought that might be a good way to do that, so it can be shared on some of the Sparta pages. But we knew we had to have some type of a policy or to be allowed, we had to have some type of rules for it. Cause we wanna make sure that the stuff we send out is 100% true and,
Yeah, the
Just-
goal of it would be where there's no conversations, nobody can comment on things, there's not gonna be arguments, there's none of that. It's gonna be, here's what you need to know, we shared it, and that's it.
and
So
then
I
if
think
they
that's the
wanna
biggest
comment,
piece.
they can call us if they have questions.
Yes. Yeah, so we won't have the back and forth of people having conversations about it. And it will just be for information only, not other things.
I pretty much agree with everything you just said, except the policy written, except the way the policy is written. I would look to our MTA folks and use one of their policies on web source and special media policy, cause it goes through anything into the general media, the FOIA, the media usage,
Okay.
linking policy, disclaimers, trademarks, administration of it, personal information on it, platform usage, personal content, photo usage.
All that?
It's all, they already have one done.
I know,
Yeah.
I read it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was very excessive.
Well, I agree, but if you don't do that,
Yes.
You'll have trouble probably.
you could be.
Yes.
We don't wanna open it up to a bigger can of worms,
Yeah.
so.
Cause somebody just shared something in the MTA feed and they said that like you're not allowed to delete comments or anything like that too, or you can get in like legal trouble. So I don't know if that's
Says-
even true or not, but it would make
Well, I think
sense if
there's
you
some
have
spots
a,
in here that says anything that's on it, you have to keep for X number of years, you can't get rid of it.
yeah,
That's what, you can, turn off comments.
yes, that
Well,
would
that's
be
what
the
we
And the
had.
best thing to do is don't turn on the comment.
Correct.
It avoids a lot of back and forth.
But that doesn't
Right.
mean somebody can't share it to another platform.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they can
Then it
comment
could go
on
all
it.
over wild, yes.
Yes, but to
But it
have
would
a,
mean what we would have to respond to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is risky, but social media is used a lot to exchange information. The village has a page, you know, the Sparta Today, and like everybody does Facebook, so I feel like we'll reach a different population of individuals, and a lot of people don't go to websites and look through websites, so.
Well, I think in the long run, we should be able to use Facebook as our information for,
Yes,
instead of putting stuff in the newspaper.
yes,
Our newspaper costs are exorbitant, and nobody reads them.
Right.
yeah. So I love Marcy's Facebook policy, I really do. She did a fabulous job, she spent a lot of time on it. You're saying that it needs to be more detailed.
I do, and the primary writers and approvers, I disagree with some of those, but it's a start, I think.
Okay,
I agree with the whole policy of doing it,
okay.
it's just the way it's set up. I think it's something that should be done.
So should we add a little more to Marcy's
I would take a look at what's already been developed and done.
and do it that way? Okay.
I
And
mean,
bring it back next month?
I mean, the MTA's already done it once.
Okay.
And if you go on the website, you can find multiple townships who have them.
Yeah. Most of the townships have like police departments or something too, or like villages or all that, so it's not just speaking for elected officials or employees, we're speaking of like detective work and, you know what I mean, so there's way more than you
Some of
need
them are, yes.
within that, so
Yep.
I think there would be a lot of cutting out of some things, so
Mhm.
we did explore a few different policies.
We just thought there were a lot.
There was
There's a lot of things in there that didn't pertain here.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
So are you
Right.
saying you wanna make a motion to revisit this and get a different,
I would like to use an MTA's version of social media and website policy is what I would like to see done. A version of
You
it.
wanna put that in the motion?
Well, I'll make that motion.
well, I don't know what it says, so I don't wanna make a motion
Right,
to use it.
I don't wanna use it, I wanna use that as a template or as a format,
Yes,
rather than creating our own
okay,
Then moved by Bill to use the MTA
template.
template in regards to Facebook.
Well, it's actually, it's a website and social media use policy is what it is,
Okay.
word one thing.
They're saying that motion.
I'm not entirely sure what his motion is, so no, I'm not seconding that.
I think it's to use that as a template. Probably could be some changes.
Well, right, I didn't say verbatim, it was a template, you don't
Use it
want,
as a template.
right,
I'll second it.
Second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay.
Nay,
That's 5-1. Is there anything other and informational at this time?
I'll start. Lisbon Cemetery, I finally got a chance to go over there and clean that up, you might say, a little bit. There was a tree that came down from Janice Beisel's and came across the fence into the cemetery, and she allowed me to go on her property, and I used my skid steer to clean it up over there. And then while we were there, my son and I, there's quite a bit of overgrown bushes that were growing up, and there's still 2 more. And Dale, I'd like you to go over. I talked to Chuck Mead and let him show pictures of what I did. I can show you as well. And I'd still like to get 2 more out of there, and then possibly get small compensation just for cover my son. I don't care about myself, but
I'll be gone for 2 weeks, out east. Our,
that's fine.
oldest granddaughter's getting married, so pretty cool. But when I come back, I'd be glad to look at it. Chuck said you did a beautiful job. I talked to Chuck today.
Yeah, we spent about 3.5 hours there.
He thought the fence was kind of damaged. I don't know who would be responsible to fix that.
Right, the fence, missed the bar was all,
Yeah.
when we got done, we just pulled it out of there and left it. It's not terrible.
Pretty hard to see the fence anyway, it's all covered with vines. And
Yeah,
it's
the fence
all
is bad
overgrown.
shape.
Did it damage headstones?
No.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
and
it's-
so that was one thing, we did that. There's 2 big more bushes growing up that I think if they're removed, Lisbon Cemetery would look a lot better, and really not much other than big trees to.
Sounds good to me.
Liz Morris and I attended the farmland preservation meeting we had last week, and it was very interesting. They had Megan, I'm gonna butcher her name. Ben, I can't think of her last name, I don't wanna ruin it. Anyway, she was a county equalization director, and they meet with all the assessors. And had a very interesting conversation with her. What they're looking at is, should preserve farms be assessed the same as farms that aren't permanently preserved?
It's a novel approach.
So, there's gonna be a little more information on that. One thing we talked about actually is such, because I brought up Cliff, which obviously she knows, and said Cliff's getting up there in age for our community, and what does it cost to find another assessor? And I guess this is my argument on why it works good that we work together, because we share an assessor. We share the cost. You share the cost of the software, the upgrades. And Walker recently went for a level, I think they have a level 4. Cliff is a level 4 assessor. She thought we could get away with a level 3 assessor. But Walker put out I think they were looking for a level 3. They put out a $100,000 wage and got 0. Cascade was looking for a level 4, and they put a $140,000 price tag, and they've got 0 applicants. So, and I kind of brought up, well, where are we gonna be looking down the road? And, there's a shortage of assessors. And so I brought up what the estimates might be on what the village had, and, if we had to share one, I think that's the best way to do it. But if they split it out, you're gonna look at a lot more than what I think they're budgeting.
A
So,
lot more than what they're
But-
budgeting.
who knows? I don't know that exactly. That was just her opinion, so.
My husband and I plan to get back into the cemeteries again this year. Obviously, I'm helping a friend whose husband passed and not being able to get in there right away, but the plan is to get back in there in June, so we will build our posse back up and get back at straightening lines and headstones and whatnot, so don't give up on us, we will get back in there and continue our goal to get at least another 50 done at Greenwood, but we're gonna have a slow start this year, so But we'll get back in there probably by the 10th of June to get things going again, so. But it's gonna be a little slow start this year, so,
You sure done a beautiful job.
well, we've tried. So we'll get back in there and hopefully one of these days we'll get to a different one. So,
Go ahead.
The township received a public safety grant for $16,000, but 75% of it needs to go to the sheriff as our share, and then 25% of it, which is about $4,000, we can use on anything for public safety. So once I get to the bottom of how that is worked, I guess I'll bring it to the board and we can figure out if we're gonna send the sheriffs all 16, or do we wanna save it and use our 25%, maybe security, I don't know. But that is kind of the talk right now through the MTA feed with who's doing what. So the sheriff serves the township, the village got their own share of, I can't remember, maybe 8,000 or 10, I can't remember. But so because the sheriff serves the township, that's where our portion was recommended that it go from our auditor, Dan. So we have that coming up probably in the next month or so.
I wanna talk about the sports park a little bit. I think sports park looks great right now. We've cleaned up some signs that had some rust on the signs there, so it kinda looks brand new again. While I was at the preservation meeting, I walked across the street to the drain commission and talked to Joel, head engineer there. They're still working on the pond, etc. Getting closer. The rain held them up, as everybody would know, a couple weeks. But the $6 million project will actually, it was a $6 million project. But it's coming along. I think the benefit that we've got at Sports Park is they filled in our parking lot. We were gonna put gravel on it before we started, and it got so soupy we couldn't do anything with it. And after talking to Joel, because I've asked him if they could put gravel on it to help us out, and that sounds more favorable now. So maybe they might be able to cover that cost to finish that off and not leave it just sand. So,
The 600 we paid him, we get back in gravel.
yeah,
yeah.
be nice to get something for that 600,000 that we gave them.
Well, you know, if we did put in a parking lot, I don't know what the cost of bringing in the fill would have been for that area they did. It'd been quite substantial.
Are they done digging?
They gotta be very close. They brought in a big crane there to
Start covering it up?
finalize it up. They've covered part of it up. There's, they still got a little bit more to go.
I
So,
would have said after all the rain we got, it half filled in again.
yeah, I asked that question. But no, they didn't get that much that came there, but they're fine, they're still working at it, so I can't tell you. I don't know when they work back
Some of the
there.
pictures I saw, the dirt went somewhere.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Thanks, Rob. Anybody else on other informational? Public comment?
Go ahead.
Okay. This wasn't that long. It's painless, thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Lynn Appendulis, and I'm running to be state representative in this area. I am a lifelong resident of West Michigan. I'm a mom of 2 adult kids. My daughter's a music teacher, my son's a welder. My daughter's gonna give me my first grandbaby pretty soon, so looking forward to that. I had a long career at a company on the Beltline that used to be called Universal Forest Products. It's now UFP Industries. But I started my career back when there were newspapers as a newspaper reporter, and my first assignment as a stringer was to come cover Sparta Township. So I was digging through my files to find my first stories, and I haven't found them, but I am gonna find them and I'm gonna bring them to you. They're not very riveting, but it was
Something.
yeah. I got into politics in 2018 when I ran for the first time and served in the State House in 2019 and 2020. And then I ran for Congress and I lost in the primary to Peter Meyer. And thought, well, that was that. I loved serving and I didn't think that I'd have another opportunity. But when Brian Posthumous decided not to run again, well, one more bite at the apple. I love serving, and I have some things that I'm quite concerned about in government. And because I've been in just enough, I know how to get things done. I know who to ask for. I know where the bathrooms are. So my learning curve is behind me. Among the things that are really important to me is the size and expense and scope of government. I'm very concerned about it. It is actually out of control. My only term in office was Gretchen Whitmer's first term, and her budget proposal that year was $55 billion, and her budget proposal this year was $88 billion, and the population of the state has grown less than 1% in that time. It's an unsustainable path of growth. And so, anyway, that's one of my focuses. I'm very concerned about and supportive of municipalities, townships, and others being able to control their destiny. I'm very concerned about parents being able to control the destiny of their own children. And I'm really interested, my kids really don't think much of government, they don't think much of politics, and they can't believe that I'm doing this again. But if we don't excite them about what is actually beautiful about our systems and about this country, then we're not going to have many kids coming up behind us and trying to do the same thing, as difficult as this stuff is. So if I can participate in an environment that is more dignified, that gets things done without rolling in the mud, that allows us to have civility in our relationships and in our discourse and in the processes in Lansing, I would be very happy to promote that and to participate in that, and it's critically important to me. So it's another one of the reasons that I want to get back to Lansing. There's a number of people in this race. I feel more qualified just because I have had a look into the system, and I do have a good background in this community and community leadership, many boards and in business. So I will be able to hit the ground running, and I look forward to doing that. And I'm going to leave a little bit of literature and on my phone number and cell or on everything, and I do answer. If anybody has questions, I answer my phones and my email. So thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just put a few of these up here. I can't bring as many as you, but you're really good.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, a couple of advertisements. I should say that I still have a tie on because I was in session all day today. And we passed a road naming bill and a vacuum for sucking up smoke when surgeons are doing cauterizations, because I guess it's real damaging. And we shortened the possibility for especially northern Michigan schools to shorten their school year because of all the ice storms and what they've had. And we have the budget coming at us. But I enjoy Sparta. We've been having our campaign meetings down the road here at Angela's for the past 3-4 months, and it's a good meal that they have there. Planning on being on the parade this weekend. I've gotten to know Jody in a variety of places. I keep running into her. And I want to advertise for you, I gave it to you already, that we're doing something on data centers. And that's in Greenville, if you want to make that trip. But data centers are a hot item right now. And I can talk to you more about it afterwards if you're interested. We're also doing an education forum, and that's on May 22nd, and it's up by Grant. And I do have a flyer on that, but it's only on my phone. I haven't got it printed off yet. So I can send it to Jody, I've got her number, and then she can distribute it to you guys, and you can get to see it. So I'm Joseph Fox, and I like to use one of my audio visuals of the 33rd District. The 33rd District is a whole lot bigger than the 101st. I'm right now state rep for the 101st, which starts in Newaygo and goes up toward north of Cadillac. This district actually starts in Lake County, about 3/4 of it, and then all of Newaygo, for 3 townships that are Muskegon, and I'll pass this around to you so you can look at it close, and 1 township that's Ottawa, little fingernail that sticks up there, and then 10 townships going across northern Kent, which includes you guys, all of Montcalm, and about 3/4 of Ionia.
Wow.
So it's the 33rd district. And you get extra points if you can tell me from your government class what that's called.
Gerrymandering.
Good man. Yeah. So I like to say that I'm Joseph Fox, and when you think of the letter F, think of Fox, and I'm Fox fighting for faith, family, and freedom. I'm a person of faith. I've been a Jesus follower for over 60 years. I am a pastor. I spent 25 years in Christian education as a teacher and a principal. I don't hesitate to share my faith with others and to pray with others. And it's actually prayer that really got me into this. And I won't share that whole story right now. But a lot of prayer and being encouraged to get believers in public office. So that's my faith part. I'm a person of family, and I have 4 kids. And 4 kids, these are some more of my F's. We've been married, my wife and I, for over 40 years. And you don't find that in a lot of the politicians who are sitting in Lansing. And we have 14 grandkids. Johannes Samuel Rooker was just born a month ago, so he's our youngest, and they call him Hans. I also serve on the Families and Veterans Committee for the House. There we keep our finger on what's going on with families and vets, and we have lots of testimony, and I can tell you more about that if you want to know more about it afterwards. I also serve on the Education Committee. I spent 25 years in Christian education as a teacher and a principal, and I also was a Commission on Aging Director in Newaygo County. So think Meals on Wheels, buses and vans, so all of those type of things. I did that for 7 years. Then the 2020 election happened, and that's when we started praying, and that's when we started asking, okay, what next, Lord? So those things tie into family. In relation to freedom, I am a strong believer in election integrity. And I serve on the Election Integrity Committee. I'm the vice chair of that. And I know that there's stuff that went on in our election. We've heard the testimony again and again, especially 2020. And again, I can talk to you more about that afterwards. Right now, our committee has turned over information to oversight, which can officially subpoena people. We have Jocelyn Benson in court. Sad to say that we have to do something like that because of lack of transparency. She also has refused to give our qualified voter file to the federal government because we have a whole lot more people on our qualified voter file list than are actually of a voting age in the state of Michigan. Now, how does that happen? Just doesn't make any sense. This week, we did a resolution because of her connections to the Southern Poverty. How was it go?
The Law Center.
Yeah, Southern Poverty Law Center. She served on that board. And you can look that one up online and just see how that Southern Poverty Law Center has fought against Ku Klux Klan and various other organizations, but at the same time, under the table was giving donations to the Ku Klux Klan and other things. There's something fishy going on there. So, fighting for freedom, I'm a strong believer in gun rights. I put forth some bills recently on constitutional carry, and I visited with the guys down here in Gunworks, and they were really happy to hear about that. Any way possible, for us as local people to be the ones in charge of what's going on, as opposed to the top-down mentality of big government. So fighting for those type of things. And so faith, family, freedom, Fox. And finally, my final F is I'm a pastor also, so I always choose a Bible passage as I campaign. I've won 2 campaigns so far. I haven't run any others. But this time I chose Psalm 71:18. And Psalm 71:18 says, even when I'm old and gray, and I can identify with some others in this room, okay? Do not forsake me, O God, till I declare your power to the next generation, your might to all who are to come. I don't identify with being a politician. I identify with being a patriot. Politicians are very concerned about the next election. What do I have to do to get elected? Patriots, servant leaders are very concerned about the next generation. What do I do for the sake of our kids and grandkids? So that's Joseph Fox, and I'll be happy to talk to you more afterwards.
I
Thank
got
you.
one question for you.
Yes,
See, you're
sir.
still an existing representative.
Yes.
The House bills on the zoning.
Oh, yes. They were before judiciary today, and I've got to watch that because I was in another thing at the time. I had an intern talking about training up youngsters. I've had and he's now 19 years old, guy with me. He's going to doing Liberty University online. But we took him out for breakfast this morning, so I didn't get to go to the Judiciary Committee. I did not hear the result. I will say from my personal perspective, the state needs to keep its nose out of a lot of those type of things. They are talking about size of lots, they're talking about parking spaces. I hear from some that there may be 1 or 2 good bills in that package, but I haven't studied them that well. But I just know, again, I would argue that Sparta Township needs to make their decisions about those type of things. And we don't need to have the state telling us. We have that problem right now with especially the solar projects. And we've been experiencing that up in Newaygo County. Garfield Township said no to a solar project. And so the solar people who own the solar immediately went to the Michigan Public Service Commission, excuse me, came back with a lawyer, and are just saying, basically they're saying you guys are stupid, okay? They use the word, you made errors in your decision. And that just drives me up a tree as a rural person. When somebody, especially lawyers, come at me and start saying I'm stupid, okay? But that's what happened in their zoning board meeting last week. But they tabled it, but it's gonna be a battle. I do think that if Republicans get in control, that rule will be reversed and we'll get out of the mentality of 3 unelected bureaucrats making decisions. And these are appointed by our governor, okay? So that run that Michigan Public Service Commission. So I very much stand for local control.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep, you bet.
Thank you. Any more public comment this time? Entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make that motion.
Moved by Barb, second by Marcy to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. That's unanimously, and we're adjourned.
I think the meeting I covered as a young reporter was on.
I actually have 3.
Well, that's good to hear.
And I thought, what am I doing for a career? Sit here these people.
Is over by Rochester. And he's run a few
I think I remember
times for
seeing you
different
as a
things and not
reporter.
one.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
Oh, I am.
More.
It has been quite a while ago. Cause I remember Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood was so long. You remember Kathy Wood?
In the house
Kathy who?
with me.
Kathy Wood?
Yes.
Clear
She
out
was-
Eastern edge
she was-
of the-
And then, who else?
Eastern edge.
Kathy
clear
Moore,
over
did
the
she have
corner.
that there? No. Kathy
She just
Moore,
moved
no?
here recently.
I don't ring a bell.
Just leave a few of these, I didn't leave many.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Thank you
I'll
so
be back,
much.
yeah, we're being the parade.
Awesome, Lynn.
Been
Where
having,
do you live?
I haven't had
Sorry,
as
I
many
didn't say that.
meetings as he
Fremont.
has here.
That's my other app.
I just came through Fremont today.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's great and it's,
East side.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
you know
was
where
actually quite
Long
surprised
or
as
Ryerson Lake is?
the activity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Quite
tremendous. Park
Yeah. No, it's
generates so
right.
many people.
Yeah, exactly.
And you
I think it's the best thing that ever happened to Sparta, yeah.
What?
You get
The park?
for your
Yeah.
good
Well, that
quality.
and
Rob's
having
a-
coffee shops.
Rob's a president of,
Sports park?
our park committee.
That's been a family for us.
Your name comes up every time I
So are
talk
you
to someone.
from-
Who do I
are
need
you
to
from-
talk to in
Okay,
Sparta?
what kind of park?
Rob, yeah, we talked to
All
him.
apples, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
on
it's
my list.
amazing.
You saw how many times your name was in the
It's
school board.
amazing.
Really?
Yes.
We've met before.
It's shifted.
Feel like we did.
Yeah, when you were running, I think before, when you served.
Take care, enjoy life, babies.
I'm feeling.
You look like it.
Yeah, no, when you were serving for sure.
Lawyer running.
Yeah.
There was a classmate of mine, Nick,
A few apples.
Amphidulis.
Yeah, we got a few, oyster.
Yes.
Maple Island.
How are you doing, Barb?
Yeah,
You're on the west side.
I just came, I just wanted to
I'm an apple farmer.
how the work is.
Yeah,
Great.
He lives in.
Well, I mean, I'm here to promote you people that shoddy workmen.
Joe, he came to our last reunion.
Did he?
That was cool, it was a great
He
time.
started up.
Well, with Libby.
So there's a lot of.
He's Lansing for.
Everybody comes out, the students